Hello and welcome to your old news update. I am Bud Driscoll and this is the last Yesternews of the year. Yes, 2016, a rough year in some ways, and I hope 2017 turns out to be better for you and yours. But there's one more round of 2016 to go. But first of all, let's thank our sponsors, which is Eagle Crest Retirement Home out on East Magnolia, great place to retire. Headley's Clothing, which I think this will be their last week open, so we've enjoyed having you as a sponsor for all these years. And for Smoky Hill Museum, 211 West Iron, where history is made every day. So, now we go back to December 28th, 1991. This is out of Kansas City, Missouri. It's not local, but it's important. 20 seasons after it opened, Arrowhead Stadium will finally host a playoff game. Some were beginning to think it would never happen. But shredding 2 decades of deepening frustration, fans rounded up every ticket for Saturday's Los Angeles Raiders Kansas City Chiefs playoff game just hours after they went on sale. And here, 25 years later, it's Oakland and Kansas City fighting for a playoff spot now. And Kansas City could host a game, so we'll have to hope for good results on Sunday, 25 years later. Now, December 26, 1966. This is almost a sad tale. Dean Ensley, 21, probably can thank the sharp eyesight of Bob Tripp of Canopolis for saving his life. Tripp, the night attendant at the Westport Exchange truck stop on West Crawford, was using a grater to clean snow from the service station's driveway at about 3 a.m. Wednesday. He saw something dark lying in the snow some distance away and decided to investigate. It was Ensley, unconscious, with snow beginning to drift over him. Tripp carried Ensley back to the station and gave him first aid. He was in the snow for about an hour before Tripp found him. You could say he kind of tripped over him. You know I was going to do that. That's why I picked it. Okay, onward and upward. 100 years ago, December 26, 1916. Oakdale Park squirrels. Yes, they did have Oakdale Park squirrels 100 years ago. Oakdale Park squirrels would have grown green with envy if they could have seen a Charlie Chaplin nut put on the latest film capers on Santa Fe Avenue Sunday afternoon. Dressed in a checked coat of summer weight, purple flannel trousers, low shoes, white hose, a derby hat, wing collar, and red bow tie, the Chaplin-esque visitor paraded down the main street while Salina kids opened their mouth in wonder and forgot to hoot. Nobody knew who the man was, and when friendly reporters, from the Journal, asked, "What's the idea?" he was insulted and refused to reply. A cigar man who sold the would-be movie comedian a package of between-the-acts cigarettes declares that he must be an original alumni of Pecan University, which means, of course, he's a nut. Well, just because you dress in funny clothing doesn't mean you're a nut, right? And last but not least, 125 years ago, on December 27th, 1891, the man who was out on the street late last night may have wondered what the unearthly sound was that seemed to come from some portion of North 7th Street. The sound resembled nothing ever heard before on earth, and it rang through the quiet city like the wail of a lost soul. They wrote so poetically back then. Like the wail of a lost soul, or something equally as bad. It was nothing serious, however. It was only the old windmill on the corner of Ash and 7th. There was a windmill over there. It's amazing where things were 125 years ago. But this windmill made noise of what a wild panther in the dark would make. Oh, it's eerie. It's very eerie. Well, that's the news for 2016. I hope we have a lot of good Yesternews in 2017. And I might even see one of my old partners one of these days. But until then, you have a happy new year, and we'll see you yesterday.